Hello and thank you for joining me. Please make sure that you are subscribed, that you thumbs up this video and check out the description box below. Welcome, my name is Jenny Allen and I'm so excited to delve into Proverbs chapter 13 with you today. This is the 13th day and I hope that these mini Bible study is ministering to you. So continuing from where we left off yesterday in Proverbs chapter 12, Proverbs chapter 13 also talks of the contrasted lifestyle. So we're going to have a look at verses 1 to 3. I've just picked out some of the verses here because each verse is very weighty in itself, and each verse will really make you think. And because when I read through the book of Proverbs, it really helps me to think about my lifestyle. It challenges my heart when I go through the book of Proverbs. So as I'm also doing this, because I've gone through the book of Proverbs several times before, I know some people, they tend to go through the book of Proverbs at least once a year. But it really does minister to you and it gives you life's lessons. So this is life's lessons from the book of Proverbs chapter 13. So let's have a look at verses 1 to 3. A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. A man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the unfaithful feeds on violence. He who guards his mouth preserves his life, but he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction. So he who guards his mouth preserves life. So basically, how do you use your mouth? Do you think before you speak? Do you pause a moment before you say anything? Because when you think before you speak, you're guarding your mouth. You're thinking before you end up saying the wrong thing. Because as I said before in a previous video, sometimes we can say things before we think. Sometimes we can say things and then it's when it's left our mouth, we're like, oh my goodness, I should never have said that. So it's really important to guard our mouth, because when you think before you speak, you can preserve a life, you can protect somebody's, somebody's heart. Your mouth won't, because if you keep saying things off the handle, you can end up wounding somebody. You're not preserving the heart, the mind of the individual who's going to be hearing those words, who are going to be receiving those words. So make sure that as you speak, you think before you speak and you guard your mouth, because it can preserve life. Because, people of influence, even people who have huge platforms, they can say something and it's totally the wrong thing, and it can destroy many lives, and it can destroy, people's livelihood by just one word that they say. Why? Because they have a platform of influence, be it people in politics, be it famous people, social media. When the bigger the platform, the more guarded you have to be with what you say. The more guarded you have to be with what you say. So let's go down to verse 7. There is one who makes himself rich, yet has nothing, and one who makes himself poor, yet has great riches. And I love this verse because we think, people of great wealth, people with riches, we think that they have everything. And sometimes you can see people of great wealth, they're miserable, they're not happy, they're not contented. But yet, physically, when you look at them, they appear to have everything. They do not have peace, they do not have contentment. And yet, you can look at somebody who appears to be poor, who maybe who doesn't have everything all together. In physical terms, they don't have the big house. They might have a tiny little apartment. They're just about making, just about earning enough to keep them going. But yet, they have great riches. And, riches is something of the heart. We can externalize it and we think riches, everything is external. You know, the wealth, the house, the money, the bank account, all of this, the jewelry, all of that. That is an external representation of what great riches is. But, you know, when it comes to the things of God, the riches always start within the heart. The riches always start within the heart. And it is better to start with the riches of the heart: contentment, peace, joy, kindness, giving, faithfulness. They are the true riches. They are the true riches. So you can have someone who has great riches and yet they have nothing, and someone who makes himself poor yet he has great riches. So let's choose, because we can envy people with great wealth, but are they really happy? When you've bought all the homes, when you've bought everything, you know, what do you do after that? Not saying that wealth is bad, because wealth is a good thing, because you can really sort yourself out and you can help many people in the process. But along with that wealth, let's make sure that the person has riches on the inside: a generous spirit, a kind heart, a kind word, faithfulness, commitment, love, compassion. Those are the true riches of the kingdom. Okay, and then let's just finally go to Proverbs 13:20. There we go. Proverbs 13:20. He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will be destroyed. Who are we walking with? Are we walking with the wise? Are we gleaning from the wise? Do we, you know, when we get stuck or we're not sure what to do we go and speak about it with our friend who, you know, may not be, as it were, clued up about that situation? Or do we go and seek out wise men? Do we go and seek out people who have gone down that path before? We may not know anybody personally, but there is something called YouTube. There is something called social media. Seek out people who have gone down that path, who have lived that life that we are currently experiencing, and get their wisdom. I've heard it said that if you want to hide something from someone, hide it in a book, because people tend not to read too much. I would really encourage you to be a reader. Get a book and read. There is great wisdom. People have lived lives 30, 40, 50 years, and they put their experiences in a book that may cost what? 15, 20, 25 pounds, or 15, 20, $25. And you paid $25 for a book that somebody has had to walk through in their life for 30, 40, 50 years. And you can glean wisdom, glean understanding, glean knowledge from that. So when you walk with wise men, you will be wise. But if you choose to walk with a companion of fools, you will be destroyed. So choose your relationships carefully. Choose who you walk with. Choose who you interact with. Choose, who you want to be with. Be careful. Select your friends wisely. Select the people that you walk with, that you do life with. Choose them wisely, because you in the end will become wise. Because when you hang around people, you eventually become like them. Be it good or be it bad, they will eventually rub off on you. So choose your companions wisely. So I hope that today's video ministered to you. I hope that you gleaned something from this mini series of Proverbs chapter 13, and I look forward to sharing with you tomorrow. So God bless you, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.